Traumatic brain injury is one of the most significant and fast-moving areas of personal injury law today. There are approximately 1.2 million people who sustain a traumatic brain injury every year. That means about one brain injury is occurring every 23 seconds. Sometimes traumatic brain injury is referred to as the silent epidemic because it happens so frequently. Medical science is so far advanced today compared to where they were 10 years ago regarding the diagnosis and treatment of traumatic brain injury. More people are surviving and they're living longer. And this creates new and very significant challenges for lawyers who represent traumatic brain injury victims. It's important not only for the lawyer to understand the law, but it's important for the lawyer to understand the medicine that's associated with traumatic brain injury, the anatomy and physiology of the brain, how traumatic brain injuries are diagnosed, how they're treated, what the long-term prognosis is. We handle a lot of traumatic brain injury cases all over the state of Michigan. Traumatic brain injury has been a very important part of our practice. We have worked hard over the years to advance the rights of traumatic brain injury victims throughout the state of Michigan. Recently, I received a great personal honor by being elected to the state board of the Michigan Brain Injury Association. That association is phenomenal. They have done many wonderful things to protect the rights of brain injury victims all over the state of Michigan. But in addition to protecting brain injury victims and helping them with their legal claim, there's another thing that lawyers ought to be thinking about, and we have given it a lot of thought here at the Sinas Dramis firm, and that is the prevention of brain injuries. It's one thing to provide good, solid legal services to someone who has sustained an injury, but it's more important to try to prevent them. And in that regard, about 6 years ago, our law firm started a new program in the central Michigan area called Heads Up for Safety, where we work with some of the local medical providers and provide one time a year, typically in May, a bike helmet giveaway to children who might not otherwise be able to afford a bicycle helmet. And as of our last Heads Up for Safety event, we crossed the 2,000 helmet mark. In other words, we have given away now over 2,000 helmets to little kids who might not have had a bike helmet. And our view is if we can prevent one brain injury from happening to a child, it really is well worth it. The other thing that's important regarding brain injury for victims is to understand their rights under the Michigan no-fault law. Most brain injuries happen as a result of motor vehicle accidents, and when that occurs, there are many rights and benefits that brain injury victims are entitled to. The most important of these is the no-fault allowable medical expense benefit, which includes not only payment for the hospital bills and the doctor bills, but it also covers the cost of comprehensive rehabilitation, in-home attendant care rendered by family or friends or commercial agencies. And it's really important for brain injury victims and their families to understand that there are many resources available to them that they should turn to in the wake of a traumatic brain injury, because it's only by mobilizing all of the resources that are available under the Michigan no-fault system that the brain injury patient maximizes the chance that they will have a good outcome. And we pride ourselves on being there and helping those families get through that tough time.